What's up YouTube, it's your boy G back in another video. So today we're just gonna show you quickly this Wyze Cam OG Black Edition. Now this is their latest and greatest camera right now, and it's actually pretty much their cheapest one, right? Which is weird. So this is like their cheapest camera right now, but this is also their latest and greatest. But you know, it's not like the Wyze Cam version 3, you know, or the Wyze Cam V3 Pro. So it doesn't have 2K resolution. This only has 1080p, but this is their latest iteration or their latest model of their camera. So you will get a start guide there, of course, and then some screws, silica gel, and then you also have the charger, which is also in black, which is appreciated. Cable is also black. This is pretty cool, and of course your camera right here. Now I'm going to show you how to set it up later on. Of course I installed it. I also purchased another one, which is a white edition, which I already installed and set up on my front gate. But this one, I'm going to use this on my indoor, right, inside the home. So I'm just gonna set it up later on. But yeah, I just would like to show you real quick how it looks like. It comes in black, which is really awesome, right? Like kind of like stealth looking thing. Now this is again Wyze OG, right? Original Gangster, I think. This is like their replacement for their Wyze Cam V3, right? V1, V2, V3, and then this is the latest one. Now it comes with a built-in spotlight there, as you can see, which you can of course control via you know, routine or anything like that. Mine, for example, I set up like on the evening, right, or between 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. if anyone you know, passes on this one, or at least it gets closer to the proximity of the sensor, it will automatically lit up, kind of like warning them, right, which is pretty cool. Now one downside on this camera that I don't like, or one feature that I don't like on this one, is the stand is different from the V3, right? What I really love on the V3 is the magnet, right? The included magnet on the stand. Now this stand looks like a traditional mount, but it's very small, so it will not really fit your tripod mounts there. This is just gonna fit this one, but this doesn't include a magnet at all, right? So as you can see, it doesn't have any magnet, which I kind of like hate, because on the V3 it has magnetic mount, right? It has magnet here, so I can just stick it like that on a metal surface, especially on indoor, which is very useful, right? But unfortunately in this one, you know, it doesn't have magnet, but it's fine, because again, if it's indoor, you can just pretty much put it like that, and you know, it's not gonna be stolen or whatnot, right? If it's outside, if you're gonna mount it outside, for example, you can just use the included mount here on the bottom. I believe this is the front side. All right, so it's just gonna be like slide like that. It says here down, it's all in black, but up. So you screw this on the floor, right, or on the wall, rather, on the ceiling, whatever you want, and then you mount it like so, right? You twist it a little bit, just ever so slightly, so you know it's not gonna be stolen really easy once it's already like put in place, right? Now on the bottom, again, the mount is like that, and the camera is this, all black. Now I'm going to show you how to set it up again, and I'm going to show you the app, because it has a little bit of differences, right, between the V3 app itself. But of course you can also put like SD card in it. I actually purchased a separate SD card. It's just a 32, I think, or 64 MB or 64 gig SD card that I'm going to put here, so that you can like record videos offline, right? But if you want, of course, you can upload it to the cloud, to the Wyze services, right, which is paid services. But let me just install the application right now, set up, and I'm going to show you how it works. I'll be right back. All right, now I'm on the application here. All right, I already have 2 cameras in place, so we're just gonna put this, or we're just gonna tap this plus sign here to add a device. Ready to connect. Cameras, and we're gonna look for the Wyze Cam OG, right? So this is the Wyze Cam OG, the fourth one. Select that, and then just hit next because it's already saying ready to connect. So hit next and begin setup. So make sure you're close to your camera. As you can hear it right now, it's searching for that camera and it will automatically set it up. I put the SD card inside of it, by the way. All right, so it's now connected by a Bluetooth, right? It's again, for the setup itself, and it's now asking me to connect over a Wi-Fi connection. So let me just select my Wi-Fi here.
Connecting to network.
All right, it says connecting to network.
Wi-Fi connected.
Very fast, right? Wi-Fi connected, and in any moment now,
Setup
it's gonna be done. Now, if you notice, it's super fast. Actually, it doesn't even last for about a minute. I think, in setting up the Wyze Cam, it's extremely easy. So I'm just gonna select one. For example, it's my living room cam, and I'm basically done. Now, right now, it's just gonna show you, subscription, but I don't want any subscription in that one. So just I will set it up later on. If you want, you can set it up into Cam Plus, $83 per month, and then 14-day free trial, as you can see there. But you can also set it up later on, or since you have an SD card, you actually don't need that necessarily. So you can just select basic, and that's all good. So let's just go ahead and confirm on the basic one. And you can set it up, do whatever you want or skip it, so we can check if it actually works properly here, right? All Wyze Cam OG are set up and complete. All right, so that's the cam right now. It says new firmware upgrade, so you can upgrade the firmware right now, or cancel this and do this later. If you go to the option in the upper right corner here, you also have an option to upgrade that firmware, right? Device info here, and as you can see, there's a firmware version which you can select to update. I will do that later on, but I'm just gonna show you real quick the options here. So when you go to the settings, again, that's from the camera, right? This is the camera. I'm moving it right now in real time. That's my computer setup, but that's the kind of like the viewing angle, right? But that's the camera. And then if I go to the upper right corner here, which is the cog wheel, very first thing that you're gonna have is the name, of course, living room cam, the one that we selected. You will have detection settings. This is pretty cool, right? When you go to the detection zone, you can turn it on and then select which part of the viewing angle will be active for detection, right? For example, on my front front gate, I only selected the place or the boxes right near my gate, but not selected the actual road, because there's a lot of traffic on the road. I don't want it to be detecting anything or everything on that one. So you can also do that there. Now, when you go back, you have the motion tagging if you want to tag motions of it, which is pretty cool. And then you also have a sound sensitivity, right? Because it also will be activated or will be sensitive to sound. Now, if you go back, you also have event recording, which is pretty important. You can enable motion, sound, or all events, or smart detection events. I believe the smart detection events, needs subscription, but let's see. Yep, it's gonna ask for a Cam Plus, which my other camera has. But if you have a basic one, you can just select all events, right? Which is even better, right? Because the smart detection is just, some selection, but all events is all events. And it's just gonna record everything in your SD card, including every activity. So for example, there's a motion or sound, it will, record about a couple of seconds of it. So you will see if you have like a delivery or something from your courier, from your Lazada or whatnot. Now, when you go back, you have notification. Of course, if you wanted to notify you, as you can see right now, I'm receiving notification, Wyze Cam OG connected, just that. And then when you go back, you also have alarm settings. You can enable smoke alarm or carbon dioxide alarm. And then on the advanced settings, you have the SD card configuration and some other stuff, right? So you can record to a micro SD card, which is enabled by default. You can select events only or continuous. I would rather prefer continuous. So you can also backtrack, right? Like watch and rewind what happened yesterday or whatnot. You can also reset, of course, your SD card here if you want. I have 64 gig as you saw earlier. and it's just starting to fill up. And then a night vision infrared light, right? You can put it on auto or enable it, like on, or put it on off, right? You can also night vision IR light. That's like an additional, right, infrared light. If the night vision is not enough, you can enable that. That has some built-in infrared light on it. You also have camera status light if you want the camera to be showing like a red dot if it's enabled. I don't want that, so especially if it's indoors, so it will be like a stealth mode. You also have timestamp watermark, rotate 180 if you're putting it on a ceiling or something, shows Wyze logo and record sound, which is pretty important. And then sync time, right? That's for your advanced settings. Now for the spotlight, you can manually turn it on or set it up on auto, or even schedule. Again, like what I said earlier, you can schedule it in various different ways when you're away or certain triggers. It's pretty nuts what you can do on that spotlight and other things as well. It's pretty much the same on this one. This is the rule. So if you want, like if you're away, record events or whatever, play siren, whatever, you can do a lot of stuff here. As you can see, there's spotlight automation, the one that I already have on my Wyze. This is, by the way, like a global settings for your Wyze app. So if you have other Wyze camera, it will also inherit those kind of rules. So last couple of things that we have here, sharing. Of course, you can share this to a different phone that has this Wyze application as well. So like you and your spouse can monitor your cameras. Device info, like I showed earlier, you can upgrade the firmware version here, and all of the IP addressing information and whatnot. And lastly, or not lastly, but you also have Wyze support if you want to go to the help center, begin troubleshooting, submit a log. And of course, reset camera. If it's acting up or something, you can just restart it or delete the actual device. Now, when you go back, those are the settings, right? Which is pretty handful. On the actual device itself, it's pretty good because it has a little bit of controls here. So if you go to the actual camera on the upper right, on the upper left corner, it's going to show you if it's in HD. You can change it into SD to 360p if you want to save some storage or bandwidth, or maximum is again 1080p. On the upper top corner, on the middle, says live, and then on the upper right corner, you have the rotation, right? You can rotate it like so. Now on the bottom left corner, that's the spotlight. As you can see, it will turn on. As you can see, the light here, that's my hand, all right, it's turned on, and the spotlight is turned off, not right now. You also have the microphone here. You also have the voice if you want to just record the voice on it. And yeah, as you can see right now, mic test, right? It's playing back the voice here, and that's pretty much it. If you go here, you can just add PIP. Now, the good thing about the OG cam, if you have other OG camera on the same app, you can actually do PIP or picture in picture. Now, if you go back on this app that I have 3 now, right? I have living room camera, or front gate inside, and front top view. Now, if I go back to the living room camera, for example, the one that we were working with, we can actually enable this add camera, and then we can put the front top view here and then save. And as you can see, it will put a live stream of that app on this app itself, which is pretty nuts, right? So let me see if we can actually do it like this. Right, so as you can see, you do have this camera that we just set up, but it's also showing like a picture in picture of the other OG camera outside. Now, this is only possible for OG camera, right? You cannot do that on Wyze V3 or other camera. It's just a feature of OG, which is pretty nuts, right? So let's go back, finish it up. Down below the image itself, it has motion tagging. That's why it's doing that right now. But down, as you can see, there's an SD card, and then there's take photo if you want, record, siren, album, time lapse, and turn off if you want to turn off. SD card is basically the playback, right? You can go to the SD card and play it back to whatever you like. It's pretty cool because you can backtrack if you want to see what happened, on this past events or past time, actually, like complete time, not just events, but past time. You can just rewind and go to the SD card like that. On the hide menu here, it's gonna hide all of those stuff here, but down below, it says recent events, right? You can filter it out in this one. As you can see, you can filter only motion, sound, or whatever, or just select them all. By not selecting them all, it will just automatically show everything, not filtered. But this is the cool one. It's showing the events right on the camera itself, which is the big difference on the Wyze 3. So I do have Wyze OG here. This top one is also a Wyze OG. As you can see, I was able to put it on PIP earlier, but this one is a Wyze V3, right? Now this Wyze V3, as you can see, it doesn't have any events down below. The events is actually located outside. If you go here, right? So the Wyze OG will also be here. If you add them up here, for example, Wyze event will also be here. However, if you go to the Wyze OG, again, the new camera that we have, events will also be shown here. So if you're in the application, you can actually see right away what's happening on that camera, which is pretty nuts. For example, in my front top view, I can see everything that is like coming or even coming near my place, right? I would know right away if there's a person detected. You can just quickly click that, and it's gonna play a little bit of like a 20-second scenario of that, so you would know who actually approached your gate or whatnot, right? That's complete with sound and everything. So yeah, but that's all of the settings on the Wyze camera. As you can see, nothing much. If you go outside, again, this is the main page of the Wyze. You have the home on the bottom left corner. You have events, which I already showed you. You have monitoring if you want to subscribe on that one. It's paid services again. You have shop, of course, just their website, and then you have an account if you want to change your name or do whatever in your account itself, right? But that's pretty much it. Again, that is a Wyze OG, and this one is a Wyze OG Black Edition. So I hope this video helps you guys if you wanted to learn more about the Wyze OG camera. Comment down below if you have any questions, any suggestions, any comments. I always read my comments there, so just go ahead and check it out. But subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. I box things like this, I review, so it might help you in your purchase decision. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Stay safe and see you on my next one. Peace.